Hello everyone, welcome to the second tutorial in the series of Complete Guide to React.js. So in this tutorial we are going to see how to set up a workspace for React.js. So before setting up a workspace in React.js, there are two prerequisites that you have to do. One is you have to download Node.js, and this is the link where you can able to download the Node.js. I have also created a separate tutorials where I have explained like how you need to run the Node.js in your local machine after download, and how to verify whether the node is installed in your machines properly or not. So those link I'll provide in the description tag so that you can take a look at the particular video where you have to download Node.js. But keep in mind, like, Node.js is one of the prerequisites that you need to download based on your environment, and based on Windows, Mac or Linux, you need to download the same, and based on whether it is 32-bit or 64-bit, you need to download the same and install it in your workspace. And the second thing you have to do is you have to download Visual Studio Code, and this is not Microsoft Visual Studio. So most of them would get confused with Microsoft Visual Studio. This is Visual Studio Code, though it is a Microsoft applications, but certain people, I mean, they would get confused with Microsoft Visual Studio, and hence I want to keep you posted on the same. So over here you have to choose like which machine is yours, like whether it is Linux, Mac or Windows. Based on that, you have to install your 64-bit or 32-bit, like that. And I have also created one video for downloading the Visual Studio Code. For so the link for that also I'll post it in description tag. And after downloading these two and getting installed, so you have to open the Visual Studio Code. So once you open the Visual Studio Code, so what it would appear is it would appear a startup screen like this. So over here, you can add your workspace folder, or you can open a specific folder if you are already having one, or you can just give normally add the folder for workspace. And I have already created one. So for this tutorial, just to show you guys, I'll also create one more folder so that you will be aware of like how to create it. So in this, I'm going to give React Tute like that, and I'm just going to click on add. Once I clicked on add, what happens is your Visual Studio Code is mapped to this particular folder, and this folder would be the root folder of your workspace. So whatever you are developing, whatever you are doing, so everything would be in this particular root folder. So initially it would take up some time if it is the start. So it is already created the tutorial folder, so I'm going to cancel this. So once you map to the tutorial folder, the first thing what you have to do is go to terminal and click on new terminal. So by this way, what you are doing is you are making sure that your Visual Studio Code is mapped to this folder. So at first, at the welcome page, we have added a folder that is nothing but to map the folder over here in the project explorer. But over here in terminal also, you have to make sure that your terminal is pointed to the right path. So I just went to terminal and I have clicked on a new terminal. By default, it would give you the terminal path wherever you mapped initially, but in some cases it would not happen. So be confident on that to check whether your local path is mapped to the path that you have initially created or not. So right now I am confident that the React Tut folder whichever I have created, yes, it has been mapped there. Perfect. So after doing this, I have to execute only one single command to, make your React app up and running in your local. Just only one small command. That is nothing but npx create hyphen react hyphen app and app name. So I am going to give React app like this and click on enter. That's it. You don't have to do anything. It would download all the commands and what are all the things that needs to be done from react.js, and then it would eventually also show you the browser as well, tagging your local host 3000. And while doing this, make sure you have a good internet connections. Without having a good internet connections, it would take huge amount of time. So I have executed the command, and it is initializing your local PC to get download all the contents, whatever it is required to set up the workspace, React.js workspace. So I'm going to wait for it. Yeah, the installation has got started. So right now I have connected my Ethernet and my desktop, I mean my laptop, and with that itself, it is taking so much amount of time. So if you are having a Wi-Fi connections, just verify you have a healthy Wi-Fi connections because it is going to take some time. And meanwhile, like if there is any interruption is happening, like Wi-Fi connection is not done, make sure you delete this folder again, create a new folder, map it, and execute this npx create react app command again, because sometimes due to lack of internet connections, certain files won't be transferred properly, and when you're executing your code somewhere else, like it would throw some exceptions and we won't have any idea about it. So in order to avoid it, make sure that you have a good healthy internet connections and make sure that it doesn't fails over here whenever it is getting downloaded. And one more thing I just want to keep you posted is certain people will have their not on internet security or some high internet security content in your laptop or desktop. So sometimes when you are executing this particular command, npx create react app command, at that time, certain times what happens is your internet firewall will block certain app which is getting downloaded from the Node.js or the React.js path. So for that time alone, like it is recommended for you to hide or pass the internet security scan so that it downloads the file seamlessly without any issues. So I'm just going to wait for everything to be loaded, and so I pass this tutorial right now, and once everything is good, I'll get back to you again.